What if I told you that everything you've ever believed about your life, every experience, every limitation, every success, has been shaped by an illusion you never consciously chose? What if I revealed that the true power to create your reality doesn't lie in external circumstances, but is hidden deep within you, yet nobody ever taught you how to access it? For centuries, profound secrets, ancient hidden rules, have been carefully guarded, kept away from the common understanding of humanity. These are not just abstract ideas. They are the fundamental laws that govern not only our world, but every single particle in the vast universe. You might be skeptical. This might sound like fantasy or pseudoscience. But this is no mere imagination or story. In fact, modern science is now beginning to acknowledge what ancient wisdom has known all along. The problem is that the knowledge of how to understand and apply these truths has been lost, forgotten for hundreds of years. Think about your own life. You have probably worked tirelessly, dreamt passionately, prayed earnestly, yet often felt a nagging emptiness or a sense that something crucial was missing, something that just wasn't clicking, no matter how hard you tried. The reason for this frustration is simple. You were programmed wrongly. The reality you experience is not just made of solid matter, stone, soil, water, but is, at its core, made of energy. And there exists a powerful universal rule that governs this energy, one that directly influences every thought you think, every emotion you feel, and every desire you hold. This is the forgotten quantum law that has the power to rewrite your entire reality. But this goes far beyond the popularized idea of the law of attraction. This is a deeper understanding, rooted in the very principles of your existence. In this exploration, we will lift the veil that has concealed this hidden knowledge for generations. Together, we will uncover how your consciousness, your thoughts and emotions interact and synchronize with the quantum field that shapes everything around you. We will journey through the corridors of history, revisit the sacred teachings of ancient civilizations, and rediscover techniques that were once reserved for a select few enlightened minds. Prepare yourself. This is not just another video or lecture. This is an invitation to dismantle the reality you've been living and to consciously rebuild it according to your highest will. To truly grasp this forgotten quantum law that rewrites the fabric of our reality, we must transcend the boundaries of time itself, where the wisdom of ancient knowledge and the revelations of modern science converge. Centuries ago, long before the advent of microscopes or particle accelerators, sages, monks, saints, and masters of hidden sciences understood a truth that eludes many today. In the ancient texts of the Vedas and Upanishads, as well as in the teachings from Egypt, Tibet, and Greece, the phrase "as within, so without" was not just poetic. It was a description of a profound universal law. Consider this. Thousands of years ago, when no one had telescopes or scientific instruments, Indian rishis described the universe as a cosmic dance, a continuous flow of energy and vibration. They called this the Spanda theory, meaning everything is in motion, everything vibrates. Today, quantum physics confirms this at a microscopic level, revealing that the smallest particles are not solid objects, but energy waves existing in a state of possibility, collapsing into definite forms only when observed. This phenomenon is known as the observer effect, a concept even Einstein grappled with. The ancient Indian concept of Maya complements this understanding. Maya teaches that the world we perceive is not the ultimate reality. Rather, it is a projection of our own consciousness. In other words, our thoughts and feelings actively shape the reality we experience. The Upanishads echo this truth with the phrase, Yatha drishti tatha srishti. As is your vision, so is your creation. This was never about magic or wishful thinking. It was an acknowledgement of a universal law in which your consciousness, your intentions, and your emotions play a direct and dynamic role in creating the reality around you. The ancient traditions of yoga and meditation are deeply rooted in this very quantum principle, the forgotten law that governs how energy, consciousness, and reality intertwine. When you sit down to meditate, it's not simply a relaxation technique or a spiritual ritual. It is a profound practice of focusing your inner energy, calming the restless waves of your mind, and elevating your consciousness to a higher state of awareness. This process is far from arbitrary. It is a precise method to align and harmonize the subtle inner energies that directly influence the outer world you experience. In Buddhism, the concept of emptiness, or shunyata, reveals a similar truth. It teaches that the world we perceive is essentially a void of infinite potential, a boundless field of possibilities that takes shape only when observed by conscious awareness. This emptiness is not a nihilistic void, but a space rich with creative potential, waiting to be molded by the power of observation and intention. Ancient sages and spiritual teachers never instructed us to change the world by force or external means. Instead, their wisdom emphasized the transformation of the self. They understood deeply that the outer world is but a mirror reflecting our inner states, our thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and consciousness. Change begins within. The world changes as we do. For centuries, this profound knowledge was carefully preserved within secret traditions, hidden societies, and esoteric schools of thought, accessible only to a select few initiates. Whether to protect it from being misunderstood or misused, or simply because its depth made it difficult to grasp and apply, this wisdom remained largely obscured from the public eye. But now, the time has come for this ancient knowledge to be rediscovered and brought into the light. We are awakening to the truth that we are not passive inhabitants of this universe, but active co-creators of our reality. The power to shape our lives lies within us, waiting to be unlocked. So, what exactly is this forgotten quantum rule that has the power to reshape our existence? Imagine you are sitting in front of a radio. You want to listen to a soothing piece of classical music, but your radio is currently tuned to a rock station. No matter how much you try to enjoy the classical melodies or complain about the noise, you simply won't hear the music you desire unless you adjust the dial and tune in to the correct frequency. Our lives work in a remarkably similar way. The universe is a vast quantum field filled with infinite possibilities. Every experience you could ever have, success, health, love, happiness, exists there as waves of potential, like invisible melodies waiting to be heard. These possibilities are always present, but they don't manifest in your reality until you align yourself, your consciousness, your focus, and your emotions with the specific frequency of what you want to experience. Here is where the mystery of the observer effect enters the picture. Quantum physics reveals that particles at the smallest scale exist as waves of probability, not fixed forms. These waves remain in a state of possibility until they are observed. Upon observation, the wave function collapses and the particle takes on a definite form. Simply put, the act of observing changes the reality of the particle. In the grander scheme of life, you are the observer. Your consciousness, your attention, your feelings, all act like the observer in a quantum experiment. By focusing on a particular possibility with clear intention and aligned emotion, you cause the wave of infinite potential to collapse into your personal reality. This is the key. You are not a passive receiver of life's events. You are the conscious creator, shaping the unseen quantum waves into tangible experiences. But here's the fundamental mistake that most people make on their journey toward manifesting what they desire. They believe that simply wanting something or repeatedly stating their desires is enough. They say things like, "I want to be wealthy," "I want to find love," or "I want to be healthy." And they spend countless hours thinking, visualizing, and hoping for change. Yet, despite all this effort, they often find themselves stuck, frustrated, and wondering why nothing shifts. The reason is subtle, but profound. Their thoughts and feelings are not aligned. They are moving in opposite directions. Their conscious mind says, "I want abundance," but deep inside, their heart is gripped by fear, doubt, and a sense of lack. Their body is tense, burdened by stress, and their nervous system remains in survival mode. This internal discord creates a conflicting energy signal. You cannot simply communicate with the universe through words or surface-level affirmations alone. The universe doesn't respond to spoken words or fleeting desires. It responds to the language of energy, and energy never lies. You might chant, "I am rich," 1,000 times a day, but if your body is vibrating with fear, your heart is anchored in scarcity, and your nervous system is conditioned for struggle, the quantum field will mirror that reality back to you with unwavering precision. It's not the universe being cruel or indifferent. It's being exact. It responds to the total frequency of your energy, the full spectrum of your inner state. The rule is elegantly simple, but incredibly powerful. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. If you exist vibrationally on the frequency of poverty, struggle, or illness, that is exactly what you will experience in your life. But if you can raise your vibration to the frequency of health, wealth, and joy, those states will naturally manifest. Your task is not to try to forcibly change external circumstances. Your task is to transform your inner frequency, to tune your entire being to the station where your desires already exist as a reality. This is the first deep and often overlooked secret of this quantum law. You must start living from the place of already having what you want. You must embody the energy of the fulfilled, successful, healthy, and loving person you aspire to be. If you think manifesting is just about positive thinking or feeling good, you're missing another crucial piece of the puzzle. Most teachings stop too soon. They encourage positive thoughts but fail to address the deep-seated wounds trapped within the body and subconscious mind. They teach you to imagine success, but don't explain how hidden fears, unresolved trauma, and limiting beliefs silently sabotage your efforts every step of the way. They urge you to claim abundance, while your nervous system remains wired for scarcity and survival. In truth, the universe doesn't respond only to your conscious affirmations. It listens to your entire energetic signal, the blend of your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and the subtle energy emitted from every cell in your body. When all these elements align in harmonious resonance, your signal becomes crystal clear. This state of alignment and unity is called coherence, a powerful condition where your entire being broadcasts a consistent, undivided message to the quantum field. Coherence is the ultimate key to unlocking the power of the forgotten quantum rule. It's the state where your inner world and outer reality begin to merge seamlessly, and manifestation flows effortlessly. Now, let's dive into one of the most fascinating and mysterious concepts in quantum physics: quantum entanglement. This phenomenon is perhaps the strangest and most profound discovery of the quantum world. It states that two particles, once connected or entangled, remain mysteriously linked no matter how far apart they travel, even if they are separated by galaxies. A change or measurement performed on one particle instantly influences the state of the other, regardless of the distance between them. Albert Einstein famously described this as spooky action at a distance because it seemed to defy the known laws of space and time. But here's where the idea becomes truly mind-expanding. If such an inexplicable connection exists between tiny particles, why shouldn't it apply to you? Your consciousness, your identity, and the reality you experience. You are far more than just a collection of cells or particles. You are a vibrant, living field of consciousness, an energetic being deeply connected to countless versions of yourself, existing simultaneously across multiple timelines and possibilities. There is a version of you that is thriving in success, a version that radiates vibrant health, and a version surrounded by abundant love. These aren't just fantasies or wishes. They are real potentials vibrating in parallel dimensions, intertwined with your current self. You are not isolated from these versions. Instead, your present experience depends on how synchronized or out of sync you are with them. This alignment, or lack thereof, determines the reflections you receive from the universe, your external reality. The challenge, however, is that most people remain entangled with their old versions, the ones that struggle, fear, and doubt. This isn't a conscious choice. It's the result of lifelong programming shaped by society, childhood conditioning, and past experiences deeply embedded within the subconscious mind. You continuously shape and reinforce your reality based on whichever version of yourself you remain connected to. When someone says, "I've tried so hard, but manifestation just doesn't work for me," the issue is rarely the effort. The real barrier lies in the subconscious signals still radiating from the old limiting version of themselves, one that doesn't believe in the new possibility, doesn't act with confidence, and doesn't live as though their desired reality is already theirs. The quantum field doesn't respond to your wishes, prayers, or momentary desires. It responds to your consistent frequency, your energetic vibration. And this frequency isn't determined by a few minutes of positive thinking. It is shaped moment by who you are, your identity, your beliefs, your emotions, your habitual patterns. Remember, you are the observer in this quantum dance. The observer has the power to collapse infinite possibilities into a single reality. But which version of you is actually observing? This is the crucial question most people never pause to ask, and that is why they remain stuck. Because the true leap, the quantum jump, is not something you merely do, it's something you become. So how do you become that version of yourself who has already stepped into their dream life? How do you let go of the old limiting identity that holds you back and step fully into the vibrant, empowered new you? This is not about chanting a magical mantra or performing some complicated ritual. It's about engaging in a deep, conscious process of rewiring your identity, reprogramming your subconscious mind, healing old wounds, realigning your energy, and cultivating the presence and mindset of the person you are destined to be. Only through this inner transformation can you truly harness the mysterious power of quantum entanglement in your own life, connecting with the version of yourself that already lives your highest reality. Let's take a closer look at how this profound process actually works. Most people approach change by working from the outside in. They try to modify their behaviors, adopt new habits, repeat positive affirmations, and hope that life will transform. But despite all these efforts, something inside remains unchanged. Their old identity, their ingrained beliefs, and subconscious programming still hold sway beneath the surface. And as we've discovered, the universe doesn't respond to superficial changes or words alone. It reacts to your internal energetic signal, the vibration of your true self beneath all the noise. Quantum jumping is often misunderstood. It's not about escaping reality, daydreaming, or losing yourself in fantasy. Instead, it's about a fundamental collapse and transformation of identity, shedding the old observer trapped in limitation, fear, and doubt, and stepping into a new observer who embodies freedom, power, and possibility. Here's a simple yet deeply transformative method you can try right now. It works in 3 interconnected parts. 1. Meditation and focus. Begin by calming your mind and body. Find stillness and enter a relaxed state where your nervous system is open and receptive. This mental and physical calmness creates the ideal condition to tune in to new frequencies of reality. 2. Visualization with emotion. Now, vividly imagine the version of yourself who already lives the life you desire. Don't just think about it intellectually, feel it. Immerse yourself in the emotions of confidence, joy, peace, and fulfillment that this version of you naturally radiates. This emotional depth sends a powerful, clear, energetic signal to your subconscious and the quantum field. 3. Belief and action. Begin to act as if this new version of you is real. This is not about pretending or forcing something unnatural. It's about embodying your highest self in small, intentional ways every day. These aligned actions reinforce your new frequency, strengthening the signal you send to the universe. When practiced consistently, this process creates coherence, a harmonious alignment in your energy field. Coherence sharpens and clarifies your internal signal, compelling the quantum field to collapse into your desired reality, manifesting the life you envisioned. In conclusion, the forgotten quantum rule is simple yet revolutionary. Your consciousness is the ultimate creative force behind your reality. You are not a passive observer drifting through life. You are an active creator, shaping every experience. Your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and especially your sense of identity weave together to form the fabric of your world. To truly change your life, you must go beyond surface-level effort and transform your inner frequency, your entire energetic blueprint. This knowledge has been hidden, misunderstood, or diluted for centuries. But now, it stands as the key to unlocking your greatest power and potential. Remember, you are not defined by your past or your current circumstances. You are a quantum being, brimming with infinite possibilities waiting to be realized. All that's left is for you to align deeply with the version of yourself who already lives your dream life, and courageously step into that reality with confidence and conviction. If you found this journey enlightening and want to continue exploring the profound connection between consciousness and reality, make sure to subscribe and join us for more transformative insights. Together, we'll uncover the secrets of quantum living and how you can master your destiny, one step at a time.